Hey everyone, and welcome back to Talk Yura, the place where we make English conversations super fun and natural.
Are you ready to talk about the future, Julie? Because I feel like we are jumping years ahead already.
Absolutely, Jack. I'm Julie, and this is my wonderful co-host, Jack. And today, we are planning to look way ahead to 2026.
That's right. 2026 sounds so futuristic, like flying cars and robot butlers. But actually, we are just talking about our personal goals and plans.
Before we dive deep into our crystal balls, remember to hit that like button and subscribe to Talk Yura if you haven't already, so you don't miss any of our future lessons.
And we have a very special question for you hidden at the very end of the video, so make sure you stay tuned until the conclusion for the big reveal.
So, Jack, when we talk about the future, especially something like 2026, what is the first verb structure that comes to your mind for making a solid plan?
Well, Julie, for something concrete that I have already written down in my very serious 2026 binder, I'm definitely going to use the structure, I am going to.
That's a perfect starting point, because I am going to implies a decision already made, or strong evidence that it will happen, unlike just dreaming about it.
Exactly. So if I say, I am going to finish my advanced Spanish course by March 2026, that sounds quite definite, doesn't it?
It sounds like you have a deadline already set, which is fantastic for turning a wish into an actual goal.
It is, but sometimes we have fuzzy wishes. So that leads us nicely into contrasting going to with planning to.
So, Jack, when you say you are planning to do something major in 2026, how is that different from saying you are going to do it?
That's a great question for our viewers because those two are often confused. Going to is often for immediate intent or prediction based on current facts.
Correct. For example, if I look outside and see dark clouds, I am going to say, it is going to rain soon. That's based on the clouds, right?
Yes, but if I tell you, I am planning to renovate my entire kitchen in 2026, that suggests a much bigger, multi-step project that requires organization.
Precisely. Planning to suggests we have already thought about the steps, the schedule, and maybe even the budget, even if the final start date is far away.
So if I said, I am going to eat cake every day in 2026, that sounds like a quick decision, but I am planning to execute a balanced diet in 2026 sounds like homework.
You're making fun of my future self already. But yes, planning to sounds more structured, like setting a major milestone.
Let's try a sentence for practice. If I bought a ticket to Japan in 2025, then in 2026 I'm going to travel around Asia. What do you think?
That's perfect, because the evidence, the ticket, already exists, so your future action is set. Now you try one with planning to.
Okay, I am planning to write a small novel by the end of 2026, even though I only have 3 words written now. That's a big goal-setting exercise.
Excellent use of planning to, because it shows a long-term, deliberate project that isn't immediate or evidence-based yet. Now that we understand the difference between a firm plan and a definite intention, should we talk about things we can't totally control, like our hopes?
Oh, yes, that's where I am hoping to comes in handy. Showing a desire rather than a firm commitment, right?
Exactly. If I say, I am hoping to see my favorite band tour in 2026, that relies on them making plans, not just me.
That's a crucial distinction. If I said, I am going to see my favorite band tour in 2026, and they don't tour, I sound like I failed, which is stressful.
That's a great example of avoiding unnecessary pressure. Now, let's address a super common mistake learners make with going to.
Is it the one where people forget the verb to be before going to? Like saying, I going to study harder?
That's the one. You must always have am, is, or are before going to. So, I am going to study harder is the correct structure.
It's like forgetting the main ingredient in a cake. You just end up with a confused batter. Or, in this case, confused English.
It really throws off the grammar. So remember, subject plus be plus going to plus verb. Now, what mistake do people often make with planning to?
I think they forget the to after planning, saying, I'm planning to travel, instead of I am planning to travel. Or maybe they drop the be again.
Yes, they often drop the to after planning as well. It should always be planning to do something. And again, you need the be verb first. So, moving on to career goals for 2026, Jack, I am planning to take on a major new management project at work.
That sounds like a huge step up. I'm hoping to get a major certification finished by the middle of 2026, which will really boost my profile.
Super. That's smart. When we talk about big certifications, do you ever use the simple will instead of going to?
We do. Will is often used for spontaneous decisions made right now or very formal promises. But sometimes we use it for predictions without evidence.
That's right. Will can sound a little less certain than going to when making a future prediction. For example, I think technology will change a lot by 2026.
And that's where we bring in gonna, which is the casual spoken version of going to, right?
Exactly. In our casual conversation here on Talk Yura, I am going to use gonna sometimes. But remember, never write it in formal essays.
So if I say, I'm going to clean my entire apartment today, are you going to judge my messy living room now?
Not at all. But I am going to remind you that you need to stick to that plan, or it becomes just a temporary thought.
Speaking of sticking to things, what if a setback happens to my career project? How do I use future tenses then?
If a setback happens, you might say, a setback occurred, but I am planning to adjust my schedule and continue next month. Still using planning to for the revised effort. For my 2026 resolution, I am planning to finally run a marathon. It's a very long-term goal.
Wow, a marathon. That requires serious dedication. I am going to focus on better nutrition and strength training consistently.
If you say you are going to eat salad every day, I will believe you. But if you say you are hoping to suddenly enjoy running uphill, I might doubt you.
Hey, I am hoping to find joy in the process, but my primary focus is consistency. So I am planning to schedule 3 long runs every week.
That scheduling shows excellent goal setting. Remember, viewers, I am planning to schedule shows organization, while I am going to run more is vague.
It is vague, and vague resolutions often fail. We need measurable actions. For instance, my first milestone is running 10 kilometers without stopping by June 2025.
So, if you see me gasping for air in 2025, you can say, you are going to need a bigger water bottle soon, Julie.
I will definitely need a bigger bottle, or maybe just a nurse on standby. But seriously, focusing on the milestones helps us stick to the big plan.
What about motivation when things get tough, Jack? When you feel like quitting your training in the middle of 2026, what will you tell yourself?
I will remind myself of the initial goal and I'm going to look back at my detailed schedule to see how much progress I've already made.
That's great advice. Using will here emphasizes a determined internal response to a future challenge, showing resolve. Let's really nail down that key vocabulary word, resolution. What does it mean to you when talking about 2026?
A resolution is a firm decision to do something or not to do something, usually made at the start of a new period, like January 1st, 2026.
Exactly. So you might say, my main New Year's resolution for 2026 is to finally learn conversational French, even though that's technically to be.
And the hardest part of any resolution is the next phrase. Stick to it. I am planning to find an accountability partner so I stick to my reading goal.
That's smart. Jack, what if you miss a week of training and feel like giving up? What do you not want to do in that moment?
I will not let a single setback derail the entire year. If I miss a week, I am going to immediately adjust my schedule for the following week.
Great use of will not. Notice how I'm not going to let a setback stop me also works perfectly, showing that intent not to quit.
I am hoping to only have positive milestones in 2026. But if I fall off my diet, I am going to blame you for distracting me with delicious pastries.
Be careful what you wish for, Julie. Because if you are planning to blame me, I will happily provide the evidence that you ate those pastries willingly.
Fair point, fair point. It seems mastering these future tenses helps us express commitment to our resolutions much more clearly.
Okay, time for my favorite topic, travel. I am going to visit at least 3 new countries in 2026. That's a solid plan.
That sounds amazing. Which countries are at the top of your list that you're planning to book tickets for first?
Well, I am hoping to go to Canada for the scenery, maybe Italy for the food, and then somewhere completely new, perhaps Japan.
See how Julie uses hoping to for those places that sound like possibilities? While I am going to visit Canada implies the ticket is bought already.
Yes, the nuance is important. If I say, I'm going to book the tickets next week, that shows the next step in my schedule toward the trip.
I am planning to save a specific amount of money per month specifically for that travel project. So I need a strict deadline for saving.
Saving money for travel is like trying to hold water in your hands. I am hoping to not spend it all on video games before 2026 arrives.
I am worried that my current budget might be a setback for those travel goals. So I will have to review my spending habits immediately.
The reviewing is key. You are going to feel so much better when you see that savings milestone creeping up month by month.
So far, we have going to for solid intent, planning to for organized goals, and hoping to for wishes. Did I miss anything major?
You covered the core 3 perfectly, Julie. Remember, gonna is just the relaxed, spoken version of going to when you are chatting casually. Let's imagine a difficult scenario. I bought an old house and I'm planning to totally renovate the bathroom in 2026. But I discover huge structural damage.
Oh no, that's a major setback. In that case, you might say, I was planning to finish by August, but because of the damage, I will now extend the deadline to December.
That's excellent use of will to announce a formal change to the pre-existing plan. It shows immediate reaction to new evidence.
So if I'm explaining this to a friend, I'm going to sound more natural saying, ugh, the bathroom cost me a lot, but I am going to fix it anyway.
Yes, gonna fits that frustrated, casual explanation perfectly. Now, let's talk about goals you can't fully control, like learning a language.
For my Spanish goal, I am hoping to achieve B2 fluency, but I know it depends heavily on immersion opportunities that might not appear.
That's the ideal use of hoping to. You put in the work, but you acknowledge external factors. I am planning to attend weekly conversation classes to support that hope.
If you speak Spanish by 2026, I will only respond to you in Spanish until you tell me to stop. Prepare for the language onslaught.
Challenge accepted, Jack. I am going to practice my assertive commands so I can tell you to stop immediately when needed.
So, using will for spontaneous decisions or formal promises, and planning to for detailed multi-step projects like home renovation makes sense.
It does. The key is matching the certainty level to the actual commitment you've made or the evidence you possess for that 2026 goal. My biggest milestone for 2026 is launching my online course. I am planning to finalize the content creation deadline by July 1st.
That project requires incredible focus. What happens if you find a major flaw in your teaching material in November?
If I find a flaw late, I will prioritize fixing it over other minor tasks, even if it means pushing back a small social event. That's a firm commitment.
Viewers, notice how Jack switches his plan based on priority. He is planning to meet the July deadline, but he will break the social plan to save the course quality.
Exactly. Flexibility within the larger framework of the resolution is key. Otherwise, one small setback ruins everything.
If someone is struggling to start, what single piece of advice do you have for them right now regarding 2026?
Don't overthink the verb tense. Just pick one future structure, going to or planning to, and write down 3 concrete first steps you are going to take next month.
If they don't write anything down, I'm going to send a passive-aggressive calendar invite for a meeting about their lack of progress.
The too mean, Jack. Just remind them that even a tiny step forward means they are sticking to their resolution. Small wins build momentum.
True. Even saying, I am hoping to watch one Talk Yura video a week is a small, achievable goal that helps with consistency.
And that consistency is what makes those big 2026 dreams turn into reality. We've covered so much ground today. So, now that we've talked about hopes, plans, and real decisions for 2026, it's time to slowly wrap everything up.
We learned how small words like going to, planning to, hoping to, and will can change the meaning of our future completely.
And honestly, if you can talk about your future clearly in English, you already feel more confident about it.
Exactly. Language gives shape to our plans, but plans also need action, especially when it comes to work and careers.
That's why this is the perfect moment to connect today's topic with our previous video about jobs.
In that video, we talked about jobs, career goals, and how to speak about your work life naturally in English.
If your plans for 2026 include a new job, a better position, or even changing your career, that video is a must-watch for you.
The job video is right there for you. Click it next and continue building your future English step by step.
And hey, if today's video helped you even a little bit, please support Talk Yura with a simple action.
Hit the like button so we know you enjoyed it. It really helps the channel grow.
And if you haven't subscribed yet, now is the best moment to do it. Join our learning family.
Don't forget to turn on the bell so you never miss our next English conversations.
Now, before you leave, it's time for our question of the day.
What is one plan you're hoping to achieve in 2026, even if it feels a little crazy?
Yes, that plan that makes you laugh when you say it out loud. We really want to read it.
Write your answer in the comments. And if you watch till the end, just type hello for us down there.
We read your comments, we learn from you, and you honestly motivate us to keep going.
Thank you for spending this time with us today.
This was Talk Yura. Take care, keep planning your future, and we'll see you very soon.
Bye, everyone.